Hi, I'm Rita.
And I'm Suzanne, and you're watching Reality.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another episode. And we are talking about Real House of Lagos, episodes
I'm sorry to
3 and
interrupt you.
4. Huh?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know what I just realized? I just
Yeah,
realized that we did that intro for the face background scene. We did that for the third time.
the third
And I
time.
realized I said again, you're watching Reality. But you know, it
And
is
me,
what
I
it
let
is,
it go.
guys.
I
You're,
was
whether
like
you're watching, whether you're
watching,
listening,
listening.
or we're manifesting us. Listen, we're manifesting it. Soon you will be watching us. Or we're
Yes,
manifesting it.
exactly. Watching, listening. As long as we are in your ears, you can hear us. We love to see it, okay? You are in our ears. But today we're talking about Real House of Lagos, episodes 3 and 4. Very interesting episode. Looks like this season is getting spicier and spicier. I have a lot of thoughts, especially on episode 4, because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck was going on there at the end. I don't know what
I
was
don't
going
know what is
on.
going on either. I'm glad you have a lot of thoughts because my notes on the main events were like minimal because I didn't know what was happening. I
Yeah,
was just
same.
laughing, but I didn't know.
Same. I still don't know what is happening, but we'll get into it. What are you sipping on?
I'm sorry to disappoint
I
today, but
knew.
you
I
know,
knew.
I kept. I mean, listen. Like,
I
I
knew.
came late for this thing as well, so I was like, let me just literally just grab water straight from the bathroom. That's tap water,
Wow. And I
not even
got
about
myself
pay.
an
It's tap.
alcoholic beverage just to match your energy. Now look, now we're on opposite ends
Oh
now.
no, you know what?
Now we're on
No,
opposite ends.
like,
One day. So, okay, so you're drinking some agua. I'm just having, it's been a
yeah,
long week, guys. It's only Thursday, but it's been a long week, okay? I'm having some
only Thursday.
whiskey.
Damn, you made most. Only Thursday, you've made it.
Yeah, we made it. Tomorrow's Friday, and I normally knock off early on a Friday. So, hey, I just know tomorrow's not a full day, thank God. But I'm just having some whiskey
Oh,
with some soda
what
water.
type? Having.
I'm having Jameson, which I really don't mind. I would have had a monkey shoulder, but I finished that when the Springboks won the World Cup. So shout
You know
out
what's
the Springboks
you know what's so
for
funny?
winning.
And you know, so funny. I literally remember, like, because yeah, we also hosted the World Cup. Shout out to actually, yeah, shout out to the box. Like, shout out to the box because, guys, we made history. I mean, as South Africans have made history, and it's probably gonna take a
Back
while before any other country can claim that they've won a title two
back to
years
back.
in a row, and also
Facts.
like the first rugby team to win it 4 times. Hey,
Facts.
mm, mm.
Facts.
So yeah,
Facts.
no, big up, big up. But I was saying, yeah, I remember there was also monkey. There was monkey shoulder on the table like just before I'd left, like when everyone was still celebrating and like they played in Galagata, of course, because you know.
The anthem.
But yeah, I saw this monkey shoulder and I was like, I hope that monkey shoulder will stay here. So I should probably
It
check
it is
after
safe.
this, see if there's
Yeah, go check.
yeah, I should.
Because wow, because monkey shoulder goes in. But guys, after that World Cup, the weekend where we won, I've never felt so tired in my life. We went as South Africans. I think the whole country was drunk. First of all, by the time the game started, if we're being honest, people were already
Yeah,
wasted.
yeah,
Okay, by the time the
hundred
game
percent.
was finished and we had won, I think people had blacked out. Who knows what the fuck happened? I got home at 3 a.m.
Because there was
We were
it
watching at
was
my mom's house.
I mean
Got
that
home
it
at
was a
3.
roller coaster. It was a roller coaster of events. Honestly,
No,
like
it
the match
was.
itself was a roller coaster.
Honestly, the whole tournament, we were literally on the edge of our seats, but you know, it was worth every single moment because we came out on top in the end. And it's just nice to know that every other country despises the South African rugby team. And I love to see, we're like in
Oof.
our villain era.
They
They
are looking
hate
at us. They
us.
are like they are so foul. They are so mad, and we're like, "Ooh, stay mad,
But
stay
even they
pissed,
hated us
stay."
even during the tournament. Like apparently we're bullies on the field. And I
Course.
was like, I love it. We're just in our villain era. Like I love it for
You
us.
know what?
They hate
We are in. Yeah, and we're here for it. We are here for it, 100%.
me for it completely,
I remember
completely. But
I was to like the radio. I was listening to the radio like the
Mhm.
day after we had won because like in the morning I go with my dad and we just listen to the radio. I would listen for like 5 minutes because then I get bored and I play my own music. But then some guy was talking about like how like yeah, you know, South Africa, yes, people are upset that we won this team okay with the points, then we won Italy with the points, and then we won now New Zealand with the points, and it's because we had to make a point. Wow. Bars.
Yes,
Bars.
bars, bars on
Could not have
bars
said it
on
better.
bars, bars on. It's not our fault that we won by 1 point. It's not us. What do you want us to do?
we
What
came
do
to
you want
make a
us to
point.
do?
And you know what I did? I made the
Yes.
joke at work and everyone laughed. And I took it as if I made it myself. I was like,
Listen, run with
I
it.
was very
Nobody will know. Nobody will know. Nobody will know.
well, I mean they might in case they listen to this because I have to we need the streams. So I'm gonna send all the episodes to them. So
They
they
better
might hear it
listen.
eventually. So
If you are listening to this episode, please share it with all your friends. Let them know that Real Houses of Lagos is out. Let them know about the Reali-Tea podcast because we are really trying to re-up, okay? Trying to re-up. And we have a
it's
Patreon.
yeah, we're in our 2.0 era.
Honestly, we have a Patreon. We're also on Instagram. So these links will all be on the description of this episode. So you guys can follow us. Join our Patreon. It's
Yes.
definitely worth the money because we're also reviewing international formats. Right now we're doing Real House of Beverly Hills. And who knows, we might
Yeah.
do Potomac or anything else that's coming out. We'll see how the schedule's working out because it's a lot of shows at once. It's a lot of
Yes, we have to figure out the
lot.
schedules. Yeah.
Yes. But
Also
also
because we're
there's
working people
Babe.
because we need the money.
Facts. And like this Bay Beyond Borders, anyone in South Africa that's watching the show where South African women are dating Nigerian men, that's another show that we're considering to review. So we'll see how we feel. But just know that if you are contributing to our Patreon, just know that it's going to a good cause to get us to the point where we can have videos and things like that on our Patreon. So we're trying to collect that cash moolah
And
so we can do it.
100%. And you know what? And I think honestly, if you are on our Patreon and you have any comments of what you'd like us to review, I think it's only fair. Even if you're the first person and you say you want us to review Vets on an Island, you know what? We'll do it. You're
Facts.
paying us, so I mean,
I've been
let's go. Yeah, we'll take
watching,
the
I've been watching a
considerations
show
very
called
seriously.
I've been watching a show called F Boy Island because I listened to Two Girls and One Rose and they review F Boy Island. Now I'm into that show. If it wasn't for that podcast, I really would not be watching that show. Now I'm inside,
Exactly.
fully inside.
Within.
But I hope you guys are sipping on something nice. I hope you got yourself a beverage while you listen to this intro. If it's not a beverage, I hope you're sipping on some water, tea, something to keep you cozy because it is a little bit nippy in Joburg, but the weather is
Yay.
warming up again. But let's get into The Real Houses of Lagos, season 2, episodes 3 and 4. So just before we started recording, Suzanne and I were just talking about the fashions.
We
Guys,
already started spelling. We already like within.
the ladies of Lagos, like we can't say anybody looks bad, number one, because no one looks bad. But everyone is serving. And
Mm-mm.
it might be over the top for you,
Like
but people are coming.
guys, the
So when they come
crowns
to lunch, they're coming
have
to lunch. Do you
there's
know what I'm saying?
nothing. And I think for me, for like season one, also they came with looks, but some of them were just like a bit like, oh, you did not have to wear that for like right now, you know.
Yes.
Whereas like now, it's like some of them, it's just, oh, it's beyond. Okay, there was a moment where Faith came in all black to that event, to Iabo's
The,
events, and I don't know, maybe she's trying to
yeah.
prove a point. Maybe I think that's what she was because she knows what to wear, like she knows exactly what to wear.
Yes.
So I think she was trying to prove a point. And I think I enjoyed the last two seasons, last two episodes, and I can't wait to watch episode 5 and for you guys to hear how we felt about 5 and 6.
Because honestly, everyone is showing up. Like when someone says, if someone is invited to someone's home, they're serving looks just to go to someone's house. If they're going for lunch, they're going for lunch. If they're showing up to an event, they're showing up to an event. These women look good. Point blank, period. Even their interview looks. Oh my God, the looks. Guys, did Tiana not
Yes.
Tiana blinged out her neck brace? Like you like what the fuck?
Exactly. And like now that I see it, like every single time you look at her, it's like, oh, that is a neck brace. But then there's something like, I don't know if it is a neck brace because then it's like the I can't remember which one it was exactly. And maybe we could actually add it onto our Patreon about like some of our favorite looks. I mean, Iabo as well is bringing it with that with the black with the gold on the around the oh
Everyone looks
I don't
good.
even have the words.
Point
I
blank.
do not even have the words.
Point blank. They're
Yo.
serving. They're serving. But let's start off with such an awkward moment in episode 3. I think I'm realizing now that Dr. Rommel is a friend of the show officially. Everyone seems to like him.
Mm-hmm.
But him and Faith
Mm-hmm.
dancing in the beginning of episode 3 was so awkward because the height difference, one, but also were they really dancing? Like, I don't know what they were doing. Like, what were they doing?
Also, what is What does Dr. Romel serve? And you know what also killed me with Dr. Romel? I even wrote it in my notes. I'm like, it literally took him less than an episode and a half for him to turn against Faith. The comments,
Oh,
the comments
facts.
on the screens, on the TV, when he was like, yeah, what? Oh, Faith contributed like literally nothing. She just
Zero.
did a little cha-cha-cha, and that was it. Everything else was mine. So we can officially call this Dr. Romel's Botox Spot. I
I
was
think he's
like,
just been trying to
wow,
infiltrate the group. I think he's just a cloud chaser, just been trying to infiltrate the group
he is a
because even
processor.
when we
What
get
did
into episode 4, who invited him to the trip? He didn't get invited by Faith, who introduced
Mm-mm,
him to be on the show. He got invited
mm-mm.
by Iabo. They had his personal details. They had his number. Okay? So listen.
I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It was wow. But it
No,
was
that dancing thing, and it got worse when we actually get to the event itself, but I was like, this is crazy. I don't know what this is, but I'm here for it. Like, it was
and
wild.
then of course then he's coming with the comments about how I felt about all the ladies, and I'm just like, this man can turn against anyone here. He can turn against
So
like any because he has the shades to say what like literally every single one.
everyone. So we move on along in the episode. Not much happening. We see Tanya at the office. We see Iyabo at home. The only thing I picked up at Iyabo at her house is her daughter's name Priscilla or Priscilla? Because it's written there Priscilla. So, but she says Priscilla. I need to understand what's that child's
We
name
need
because
confirmation.
in
We
the,
need confirmation.
they need to write it differently. Because if it's Priscilla, shout out to Priscilla. But I'm reading
Should
Priscilla.
I do some sleuthing right now? Like let's see on the Instagram what her name is. Oh, what's her surname? It's Iabo's daughter.
Yes, Iyabo's daughter. I just type
Oh,
in their first
let's
names and
say
see who I find.
so it's Iabo Ojo, so it should be Priscilla Ojo or
It's Priscilla.
Priscilla. Is it Priscilla?
Priscilla. Well, that's what they're spelling it. That's how they're spelling it on the subtitles. Every time she says Priscilla, I'm
Oh, on
like,
the
who the
subtitle.
hell is that?
Let's see what it says. What is in the Instagram?
That's a good
Ojo,
question.
because that's her
It's
official name.
probably it's probably not even
Priscilla.
that.
It's Priscilla. It's Priscilla. She's even verified for 2.4.
Who
Okay,
the
shout out to you,
fuck?
girl.
Who the fuck is Priscilla then? Who the hell
It's
is that?
Priscilla Adwoke Ojo. 2.4
Ojo. Oh,
million
found her.
followers.
Of course. These women have followers. If we're being honest, the Lagos girls have followers in the
Oh,
millions.
it's because also their looks are giving. Like, what is Priscilla? This with the yellow and the pink, baby.
Baby, it's
Oh, she did
Instagram.
not come to play. She did not come to
No,
play.
Nigerian girls are showing up and showing out. Shout out. Shout
Oh,
out. But
spelling
anyway,
at the Stella
um,
Muhammad International Camp. Mm,
right? But now
mm.
we Tanya not Tanya, sorry. Tiana is at the doctor. She has a neck issue. And the only thing I noticed here, this man and his mask, I don't know. I needed to stop because it's becoming an
Are you
issue
done with
now.
this? Are you done with
Because
this?
yeah, I'm done with it. Because what is it? What's going on? Why all the time? When do you take it off? Do you
Oh yeah.
ever take it
Also, I'm
off?
sorry to like backtrack. I don't think it ever does. I don't think it ever does, except when he's around her or when he's at home. Like when there's no cameras. I think when there's no cameras, I think it's a publicity thing. So when there's no cameras, then he takes it off because then he's like, I feel like I can go to spa with no issues.
Wait, do you think let's say when it's an off season, right? They're not filming. They only
Yeah.
let's say it's January and they only start filming in June or whatever. Between January and June, is he
Mhm.
wearing the mask when he goes outside and at home he takes it off? Like, what do you think? Because I'm trying to understand to what
I
level
think
is this whole mask situation?
also, I think it's a thing of like anonymity. So whenever he's also
Yes.
around anyone that is of publicity or public significance, or he's at an event, then he's marking himself. If he's with Toyin at Spa, he's gonna keep his mask on because Toyin is a public figure, or he's with his children, like outside though, like outside of their home. Maybe even
That shit
if the
would
helpers
turn me
told God
off.
enough.
No, I don't like it. Couldn't take my man seriously. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is this? Like, we're eating lunch. Take off the mask. Like, how are you gonna eat?
Oh, like he realizes that like, oh, today's Wednesday. Shit, I thought it was her day off. He
You know what I
runs
mean?
to like quickly.
Would you let
Just
your
look
man
at him
wear
run.
this, Zins? Would you allow your man to wear this?
Like you know what? I think fame is a very wild concept that very few people understand. So I think for someone to like keep that for them to go through that lens to keep that anonymity, I could understand. I could understand because listen, like when it comes to the bedroom, I'm not in the bedroom. he won't have the mask off. So that's all that
Better.
matters. Well, that's not all that matters. But at the end of the day, like I know who he is. Like yes, I will laugh, and I will like laugh at him if the day he forgot that it's the helper's day off, and now he's running up the stairs to fetch the mask, and he comes back down. I will laugh at him. I'll be like, you see what you have to go through. That's do you?
Do you? I don't know. It's weird for me. It's really starting to annoy me because, like, it doesn't make. I don't get it. And I guess it's an artistic thing. He's an artist. Okay. I
And
just
now
don't get it.
the other issue is like, what if now like he has to defend Toy and like, what if he's at whatever, and let's say Faith is at the event, is at Toyan's house, and then Faith goes like back wild because Faith can't go back wild on Tiana, even though she's like getting along with her. And like, what
Yeah.
if she just goes back wild on her? And now, what is he gonna do with the mask? How is he gonna look serious by telling, please, like, please stop what you're doing? How is he gonna look
Imagine
serious?
one expression is the mask. One expression. You don't even know what expression he's giving.
We come with the mask with different faces. That would be funny with different expressions.
Oh my god, I'd break up with someone if they did that. I'd like, now you're married to the bloody mask. You're married to me. Marry the mask then. That's what blacks would say. Marry your mask. That's what you want to do. But guys, please tell us how you feel about this mask situation because I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. If you live in Nigeria and you listen to this episode, have you seen that man with that mask out? Tell us the truth now and shame the devil. And then we
But
have
how did you feel about
Laura.
that?
Yeah,
Yes, that
go
whole
ahead.
double tied Chioma, Laura, Tanya, Flash, Toyin, Miriam, and Faith. It was a very. I kind of like how they like meshed the scenes together. I think like well done
Yes.
to them, especially like on the editing and like storyline basis. Like it didn't get confusing at all. Like I think they did it
Yeah,
in
I
a very like
didn't.
fluid sense. You know, also to have like
Yes.
so many characters and to have everyone like each have their own story except for Tanya. How do you feel about Tanya so far? I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm like
It's
okay.
not. It's
I'm like
not
okay.
giving.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, like she's not a strong cast member. I'm also just looking like literally I'm looking at my show, my screen right now. It's 2, 4, 6, there's 7 girls. They could get rid if they want to, they could get rid of Tanya next season.
They really could. She's not giving anything, and I'm not wanting her to be like rah rah or anything like that. But like have an opinion because she has opinions in her interview looks. Like she has an opinion there. But also like let's
Mm.
hear those
And
opinions in
she's
person.
busy making snarky face. But then
You see
she's
what I'm
like, oh no,
saying?
it's okay, it's okay. Yoma, that you were acting like weird towards me, it's okay. But then in the confession, you're saying something else. Babes.
And see,
Yeah.
and that's the
I
thing.
was
Like give us that.
yeah.
Give us how you really feel. Because even when we get to the fight that happened at the end of episode 4, I feel like she had a lot to say in her interview look, but then in person all she was doing was sitting on the side and laughing. And I'm like, not like it was a time for anybody to butt in with that fight if we're keeping it 100. But like
Mm.
also, contribute because Tiana was contributing in that conversation, like say something.
Say
She's worried
something.
about
Say
she's
something.
worried about Faith keeping quiet, but Faith was giving it back in that fight, but we'll get there. Let's not talk about it now. But
Yeah, but we'll get there. But
these parallel lunches that were happening, Laura, Chioma, and Tanya, and Toyin, Faith, and Mariam, it was nice
mm,
to see because I guess it also like instead of us watching each like 3 scenes of them talking about the same thing, we just got it was
they
happening at
focus on
once.
one big scene. That's a very good point. No, that's a very, very good point. And like, what I also do like, or what I noticed is how someone said, who was it? I think it was Shioma. She said that like, oh, the fact that like Toyin apologized to me in front at that time at that event, like didn't really give me much leeway because then I feel like I couldn't defend
Mm,
myself and say like, wait, I hear you, but let's hear what are you apologizing for and like how sorry are you? Like they got you at the dinner, which
true.
that was a very interesting conversation as well, which we'll talk later about.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, I felt like it was
I
very
get
smart
what she
how
was saying. I
it was
get
very
what
smart
she
how
was
she
saying
did it like
though.
at the public events in front of her family as well, where there's cameras and
Mm,
obviously press is gonna be talking about it. Oh, season 2 is starting, da 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 da, and oh look at how like what great she's being, na 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 na. Na. When actually she didn't really mean it because at the dinner
fact.
she was coming a bit different. She did say she's sorry, but like the way she says she's sorry because you know how she always says, oh I'm sorry for trying to beat you up, and it's like please stop saying you're trying to beat me up. Like just say I'm sorry for coming at you. Why
Point
does it like
blank.
coming to know what I'm saying? So it's a half apology. It's a half apology.
Half apology. And the thing is, I got what Chioma was saying because it caught her off guard. Like, I'm at my
Mm-hmm.
event and now we're sitting down, and the first thing you want to do is apologize. Thank you. But it's like, we need to have an actual conversation, just the two of us with nobody else around to talk about what actually
Yeah,
happened. Because, like you said, what was
yeah.
she actually apologizing for?
Also, and can I say, Chioma is now officially my favorite housewife, and Chioma
Keep
is
living
a drag queen. Chioma Good Hair is a drag queen.
fully.
Guys, every single look is like Erica Jane meets Nigeria.
Not Erica Jane meets Nigeria. I love it.
It's amazing. It's just I'm obsessed. Every single time I'm just like I'm lapping it up. Like this she looks amazing. She looks absolutely, and also like her energy, her personality. Like I feel like we're seeing a
A
more
different
real
side
her,
of her.
right?
Yes,
We're seeing a much
definitely.
more
I
like
agree
real
with that.
side of her.
She's not holding back. She's not holding back this
Yeah,
season. She's not holding back.
at
And
all.
also, just with the conversation between Mariam, Toyin, and Faith, we see that
Mhm.
Tiana and Faith have a lot in common. They both got married at 19, and they're just talking about how
Mhm.
the people that they were with at the time. Well, I guess, I don't know if when
Men
Toyin
in
was
general,
speaking,
men in general,
yeah,
we
men
can
in
say it.
general like
Men
to
in general.
control, just like to
Mm-hmm.
control because always men
Mm-hmm.
are always dating younger because it's easier to control younger women. And we see with Faith, she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't regret being with her ex-husband. It taught her a lot, but obviously she does,
Mm. She didn't notice that
reflecting.
there were signs where
Yeah.
he was acting somehow. But like what I also love is that I'm not saying anything bad about it. Just saying that this is how men tend to be. And like at the end of the
Yes.
day, like he's like, and so we still co-parent very well, and he taught me a lot. He taught me to like take life by the balls, which is a very like great sentiment to have at a very young age, because when you're young you still feel so insecure. You're still like, oh, should I make this step, should I not? When it's often like, dude, this is your time, do it. Like if you stop thinking, just do it.
Facts. Facts. So it was nice to see those parallel conversations. We didn't have to watch multiple scenes of the same thing, talking about the
Mm,
event, talking about what's happening in the group. We just got it as one, which was nice because I
mm.
feel like it doesn't make the episode go too long, and you watch, sometimes you can be watching empty scenes or we're repeating the same thing. So that was nice. But
Exactly. I mean,
but let's
did you
just
find it?
jump. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So, like, do you feel like the difference in like, because I mean, these episodes are generally longer than American Housewife episodes. They're like 53 minutes, 55 minutes, and I don't really feel the difference. Whereas before with season one, I'd be like, oh, it's such a drag to watch. I'm just watching this because I'm like, it's for a podcast. But now I'm like actually enjoying.
Now I was just saying that I feel like the season is definitely more entertaining, that the
Hmm.
episodes don't feel as long, but they are long. I won't even lie. When I saw episode 4, I was like, I think I was 10 minutes in and it still said there was 43 minutes left. I was like, wait a minute, 43? We're 10 minutes in. There should be 30 something left. You know what I mean?
Okay,
But I
so you
mean,
said it's important.
they are long, but I guess it's not with streaming. So the episode's going to be as long as they want to be. This is now a streaming
Yes.
service. It's not watching on TV where there's ads. So it's different. But at least it's an
Mm.
entertaining 43 minutes.
Entertaining long. Okay.
Yes.
It's
But
like
let's
watching a
just
Zeus
jump.
episode.
Yes. Oh, Zeus for sure. Zeus shows are bloody long. Bloody, bloody long. But let's
Me
just
too.
jump to Faith's Botox party, which was, I don't know. I mean, okay, firstly, we know that time is an issue in this group in general. Time is an
Mm.
issue.
But three
People are late.
hours
Ma'am, see, that's where you got me fucked up. Because I don't know if I would stay
all the way,
for three
all the way,
hours.
all the way.
Like I can maybe push. I guess it's an event, so maybe it's like the other ladies were arriving, so I guess you just bear with it. But like to make
Mm.
someone or make people wait for 3 hours, it's like, what's your excuse?
Exactly.
So, but I think in general the group doesn't know time. I think it's like a general thing because even the scenes before Laura showed up late to meeting with Chioma, like guys, time is an issue for this group, and I think people just show up when they want to or when they can. But it's like if there's
Mm.
an invite and it says 8 p.m. and some of you like as much as Faith was late, the other ladies were late too. Let's not act like they all got there at 8 p.m. You know what I mean?
They also came in drips and drabs, like
That's what I'm
drips and
saying.
drabs.
Some waited longer than others.
I mean, Mariam waited the longest, and maybe this is why Mariam got
Facts.
so fucked up drunk on the end of at the end of day one of the what place were they at? Ipil. Where are they?
Yeah, April Resort and Spa.
Where is
Yeah,
that actually? Where is? I wonder where. What continent? Like where in Nigeria it is. Oh, but anyway, keep going.
yeah. But then I'm trying to pick up. I'm not too sure where Mariam and Toyin or Tiana stand because it looked like they patched things up when we started the season, but now not like they
Mm.
have beef, but like they have like a very frenemy kind of energy that they're giving to each other.
Mariam Toyan and
No, just Mariam and Toyin. There's some
oh
back
yes,
and forth
yes,
that they keep having. And I'm just like, do you
yes.
guys like each other? You seem to have reconciled at the beginning of the season, but now it just seems
They're
like they're
frenemies. I feel like
irritating
they're
each
very
other.
much. I feel like they're very much frenemies, but then at the same time, I feel like they still have each other's backs. I think things
Mm,
are shaky, but they still have, because there was a point where, like, even at the end or in the middle of that fight, where now Faith was also shout out to Faith. Faith was this like she was fighting two girls like same time, and she stood her own. She really did stand her own. But when she was fighting with Iyabu, then Mariam and Toya were then having like a little like side chats on the side, and I was like, I wonder what they were talking about. But it feels like they were probably talking about whatever tea Mariam had on uh oh, remembering his name on
okay.
Faith.
I guess we'll get there. I
It's a
mean,
lot.
yeah, I definitely see your point. I
Mm,
definitely see your point. But obviously, Faith is late by 3 hours to her own event, her Botox party. And
well,
let me
so,
tell you
apparently
something.
apparently not her own. Apparently featuring. She was featuring.
Oh yeah, featuring her. I guess she was a co-host, if we can even call her that. But if Faith did not rock up there with her mother, those women were going to eat her alive. They
Ooh.
were going to
You know,
eat her alive.
okay, I don't know. Yeah, because I actually at first I thought I was gonna say I feel like she was doing it on purpose. But then when she came with her mom, I'm like, okay, maybe she really wasn't, and she was just really, really late.
No, we can understand really, really late, but like I think it's like a different thing if you're late to your own party. Like I don't know, it's because I think a lot of these women want to when you get to someone's event, and even this happened at Chioma's event, they didn't know where she was. She arrived late
Yeah,
as well.
that was a
And I
problem. The fact
think,
that like there
and
was
I
no
think
drinks, nothing.
yes, and I
Yeah.
think also the other thing is that the women want to be greeted. I watched Real House of Nairobi, and they had the same
Mm,
issue. Every time there was an event, the host is not even there to greet you. Like, what am I supposed to do? I know you at this event. Yes, I know that they obviously coming in as a group, um,
mm,
on a show like an ensemble, but like they want to be greeted. Somebody that they know must be there. So I
yes.
get the point. So you can't be
Yeah.
3 hours late to your own event. You
It's
can be late to
wild.
somebody else's event if that's what you want to do. But like as the person that's hosting, like imagine I invited you to my mom's house and I'm just not there. But I invited you.
And for 3 hours. For three
And for
hours as
three
well.
hours, who are you supposed to talk to? My mom. Like what are you supposed to do?
I don't know what I've done. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done. Like I would be like, is Papa here? Like what? Where am I supposed to?
What do I
What must happen?
exactly? So I don't know. I mean, I guess at least ladies have each other, but like to their own events, there's something up with time. But finally, we get
Mm.
Dr. Romel who comes in. My notes here said, who is he performing for? Because I don't know what that man was doing. Oh,
And he did it
I
with
don't know
so
what he
much
was doing.
conviction. He did it with so much conviction, and he did it differently to what he rehearsed at the thingy. So I'm like, so then why do
He
you
was
rehearse like that when you
freestyling.
this is what you'd be wearing?
He was freestyling.
But also, like, why are you having your own scenes? Like, let's just talk about that. Why are you having your own scenes? Why are you
As
having
and you're
like
a
your
friend of the
little camera
show.
bits? Are you investing in the show? Can we find out about like Dr. Romao? Like, can we? I feel like Dr. Romao has a lot of money, and like Loki is an investor in like why season two is why the way season two is, because season two
Probably.
was a step up. If we look at the budget from season one to season two, season one budget, I'm literally looking at like the title cards right now, and season one budget it was giving me Mzansi Magic. Literally, I can see the girls look like they're from Housewives of Tebeja or or
Well,
Durban.
there's budget.
And then after
There's budget now.
season two is giving me Miami. It's giving
But,
me
but with Dr.
Dubai.
Ramel, but with Dr. Ramel, you're right. Like, why is he getting his own season? He's a friend of the show. Like, keep him as a
He's a
friend of
friend
the
of the show.
show.
Friends that don't even get their own scenes. They don't even get their own scenes. They come
Exactly.
into
You
the
come
main
to
events.
events. You come
Yeah.
to events and you are a friend of the show. You can contribute to conversations, but you're not gonna get your own scenes. We're watching him have dress rehearsals for his own party that he's co-hosting with Faith. Watching him have a
And
dress
the thing is
rehearsal.
okay. It was weird. It was really, really weird.
That whole
And I was
dance
like,
opening thing was
honestly,
awkward.
also, think about the three scenes that Dr. Ramel had in episode three. Okay, it's very telling because the first scene was the establishing scene, him and Faith, so the actual housewife, and they're rehearsing.
Yes.
So now we understand why he's there we understand why he's there. Because if this rehearsing scene happened without Faith, we'd be like, why are we watching you? Cloud Chaser, get off our screen. Okay. Second scene now is him without her, but he's still doing the same thing and he's preparing for the epic trip. I mean, he's preparing for the Botox trip, and it's him doing the dance rehearsal. The final scene where he features is him with this event that he probably paid for. It was weird. I mean, why are they like roses and flowers? Is this a music video? Are we giving
Uh,
pink? I don't get it, but it's
uh,
money. And then there's no one to greet him. The ladies aren't there. Faith isn't there probably because it's not her party. So that's why she's not
probably.
there early at the time.
He's like, I'm not the one injecting people. This ain't my shit.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
said
And this is
Botox
the scene now where
party.
he's doing his little dance move, and the ladies are like, "Ha ha ha, we love Dr. Romao." And I feel like now episode 4, Chioma's like, "Oh my god, I miss Dr. Romao. We need him. We need him." I feel like episode 5 is going to be him entering and him giving Faith or someone else the cold shoulder, and then like being loved by the other housewives.
Of
Dr.
course.
Romao, I feel like season 3 is going to be the Real Housewives of Lagos featuring Dr. Romao.
No facts.
At this rate, honestly.
At this point, all we know is we know him. He's having his own parties. He has his own scenes. Like he's a housewife. He's holding whatever they're holding in the intro. But that's him.
That's him.
So obviously we see this Botox party happen. He gives a demonstration about how I guess how long Botox should last, which is like 2 to 3 months or 3 to 4 months. And
see
the only
Laura being
person in the
thirsty for
group,
more Botox.
yeah, Laura was like, I need a touch up.
She
She jumped. So the other woman looked really good. I didn't think any of them needed Botox. They all look snatched in my opinion. But obviously do what you gotta do. Like I am a fan of non-surgical and surgical procedures. Like do what you gotta do
100%.
to make yourself
But
look
do you
and
honestly
feel
think none
good.
of them have not done anything besides even Laura? Okay, first what Laura is Laura said this will be her first time. It will be her first time that she's done. It was the first time doing Botox. Is that what she said? Or
No. David, no, she said that she does Botox and she'd already had a touch up like 2 months ago. And then like she's a regular. That's what she made it sound like. She does both.
yeah,
Like
she jumped up. She was like, "Oh, it's time for my checkup."
the other ladies seemed a little apprehensive. They were like, they're not too sure if this is for them. But they were very curious and they had questions to ask. And Dr. Ramal was trying to educate the ladies. Is like, maybe at a certain age you need to start considering it because when you get too old, you're trying to play catch up. And when you're much older, it might be too late to catch up. So might as well start early. That's what I understood from what he was saying. Which is not a bad
I know, Loki.
thing. Like
He was convincing me. He was convinced that like probably in like my 40s, 42, 43, I should start.
yes, even late 30s. I want to do it. I want to.
Oh, late
I'm
30s.
curious.
Okay, no, let me know when you do, please.
I'm very curious about it. But that was the end of episode 3, which is a good build up, I think, for episode 4. And we start off with Chioma and Iyabo. We're at Chioma's house. Obviously, we know Homegirl can't cook. I mean, I don't think she gives vibes of someone that cooks, to be honest. But they just teaching.
No, and I get it, babes. You are looking way too fabulous to be to
Yeah.
cook, especially what they were cooking. What was it? Was it
It looked like they were cooking like pap. I guess the equivalent for South Africans would be pap. It looked like that was what was happening.
Hey, but like the
The
way she
labor.
moved in the beginning, she was like, "Okay, you need to like." I was like, my arms do not move like that. They don't.
That's why I don't make
My
pap.
arms
The
for the
labor.
controller and for playing games.
I don't make pap. I'm like the labor that goes into making any kind of like maize meal situation thing where you have to get a wooden
This is
spoon
always a
and
problem.
stir. You need to have an arm of strength. The biceps are going to be put to work.
Forearms.
And from that lunch, we obviously find out that, Iyabo wants to plan a getaway, but she's not going to invite Laura because I guess they're upset because Laura basically called them fake or whatever. She's not going to invite Laura, so it looks like it's Chioma's job to invite Laura. And that's what's going to happen. And then we move on to a scene with Faith and Tanya, and they're having a yoga session. This was a very boring scene because I'm like, both, like Faith.
I did not write any notes.
Yeah. I have 3 lines here. Okay, yoga session. This interaction seems weird. Tanya hasn't figured out Faith. That's literally all I wrote. They look so awkward around each other, and they're both just naturally very quiet people. Like not one of them is rah rah. They needed a rah rah person in that. They needed a Miriam.
Really weird.
They needed a Marion, they needed a Chioma, they needed a Niabo, they needed some Rao there because it was a
Well, I think it was a
horrible
nice
scene.
use to like balance things out because like things pick up towards the end. So like it was
Yes.
okay. It was a case of like now I can do something. I can like answer my phone. I can.
But I think what we learned from this is that Tanya should not have scenes on her own because bitch, you ain't giving. She can't have her own
100%.
scenes.
No,
She
that.
cannot have her own scenes. Then we get the conversation that we've all been waiting for, Tiana and Chioma, and this is what Chioma wanted. You can't catch me off guard at my own event, but let's have a chat, just the two of us. And
Yeah.
first of all, I was like, not Tiana with that veil. Like, how am I supposed to chat with you with that veil on? Like a veil
I kind
covering
of
your
love.
whole
I
face.
love. I'm not gonna lie. I love. I feel like these girls like they just come to step out. But okay, fine. I feel like it is a bit overdressed though. This is
But
one where we
it
can say
was.
they did it too much.
I was living for it, obviously, as a fan. I'm thinking this shit is disrespectful as fuck. Imagine talking to somebody, having a conversation with someone, and they have a bloody veil on. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, you know what? I will say Tiana versus Chioma. I'm sorry, Chioma takes it for me. Like I feel like Tiana does things that are just a bit too like what's the word? Gauche. Like it's a
Yeah,
bit too gauche.
okay.
Like the dress with the skulls and the confessional look, the
Yes,
red
that
and gold.
dress. Mm.
Why are there scars on your shoulders, ma'am? And why are they so
Because she
big?
can.
Why are they
Because
so?
she
They are the
can.
size of your head. So which head am I looking at? Which one? The one on the right, the one on the left, or the one? It's just it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, Tiana, she can tone it down a little bit. It's just a little.
Just a little. But I guess,
Mm.
I think Chioma wants an apology, obviously, for the fact that Tiana tried to hit her, which is justifiable. Only to find
Mm.
out that I don't think Tiana actually. For me, what I understood is that, okay, I think both of them have done things to hurt the other one,
Mm.
just that one went further than the other, and we know Tiana obviously went further because she tried to hit Chioma. But the
Mm.
issue that I felt was just like they're both not taking accountability for their actions. The one wants the other to take accountability, and the other one wants the other one to take
Mm.
accountability. So no one was taking accountability. That's when I think things escalated in the conversation, and then Chioma was like, Tiana was like, "Bitch, I'll fuck you up," essentially, and even like put her hand up to like show her that I can clap you, I can hit you if I want to.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
No one was taking accountability. And then I think when things calmed down, then Chioma's like, "I'll apologize for making a statement that involved your son," but she's like, "I ain't apologizing for anything else." She's standing by what she said, and I lived for that because I'm like, this is why we watch Housewives, not for people to
Mm-hmm.
kumbaya all the time. Watch it because people are like, Macy's like, "I ain't apologizing for everything that I said. I'll apologize for that
Mm-hmm.
one thing
Mm-hmm.
though, and that is it. That's all you're gonna get out of me.
And
That's
that's
all you're
it.
gonna get from me.
Which is better because
That's
like
all."
at the same time it doesn't seem like Chioma is apologizing. Like did she apologize? Because Toyin apologized for one part, right? Did Chioma apologize for anything?
No, Chioma only apologized for the statement that she made that involved her son. I don't know what that was. And then Tiana did apologize, I guess, for trying to smack her, if I'm not. Yeah, that she did.
Trying to beat
And
her
that
up.
was
Trying
it.
to beat her up. Those are her words.
Trying to beat her up.
Those have been her words.
And that
Trying
was
to.
it. And saying this after he threatened to basically hit her again if you got the chance. Like, it was a bit weird. It was a bit weird, but at least I guess they can be cordial around each other, and that's all that matters. Like, at least they can be around each other, and that's it. But at least we
And at the
got
end of
to
the day,
watch
like
the conversation.
I'm a Chioma fan.
There we
That's it.
go. There we honestly go. But let's move on to the trip, Iabo's trip at Epe Resort and Spa. Yeah, all the ladies are arriving. Everybody's serving looks. Everyone looks good. The rooms are nice. It's going to be an interesting trip.
Except for Faith. Faith wearing all
Shame. She
black.
didn't get the memo. She didn't get the memo.
She knew exactly what she was doing. It's because she's coming to a thing where she was not invited, and that's why she's wearing all black.
Probably. Because it was a very
Yeah,
formal looking outfit when people are wearing caftans,
she,
dresses.
she knows. She's been to Epic Resorts. She knows what she needs to wear. Like she's probably has like a freaking guest pass or whatever they call it. So yeah,
So
she knew.
she knew what she was doing. But we find out, okay, first of all, they invite Dr. Ramal. I mean, Chioma and Iabo were so excited to invite him as if they were like, they've been best friends for years. They were like, we need
And
him
like,
here. I was
what
like,
annoys me
oh,
so much is that, like,
do we?
the way they love laughing. I don't know if laughing at him or laughing with him. It just feels like they're laughing at him, and for me, it makes me so uncomfortable because it's like like, you know, the gay best friends are like laughing at their gay friend. It felt very weird. It felt very
It
weird.
did feel weird, yeah, because you're right. We don't know if they're laughing with him or at him, but I feel like they're laughing at him as well. Like that's what it felt like. Like he's just not
Mm.
necessarily the butt of the joke, but he's like they're not bringing him in because they genuinely
He's the
want him there. I
jester.
just think yes, they
Like if it
want him
was Shakespearean
there
times, he's the
to
jester.
they want him there to make jokes, act out of
Mm.
character, be funny.
Mm.
That's why he's
Mm.
coming, not because they actually genuinely want to hang out with him.
Yeah, like what if he gets there and then he signs up for all the thingies. He's going for a massage now. He's going, and all of it takes 180 minutes, and that's when they're filming. And he's like, oh, but now I actually need to sleep because I
There we
feel
go.
really nice, so I'm not going to be able to film anything. Will they be happy with him then? That's it.
And that's a real question. But we also find
Mm.
out that Tiana made outfits for the ladies. That was Iabo's request. And the theme for the first night, for the first dinner, is strippers, a stripper night. And the ladies come out in their stripper outfits. I mean, Chioma looked really good. Faith looked really good.
Yes,
I don't know what
yes.
the fuck Miriam was wearing, but that wasn't it for me. I don't know what that was.
With the jewels on the face, and it's like she was going to
I don't
like
know. It
Coachella,
was the
but
stockings. It was the
racy.
stockings. And then it was like that skirt fringe situation. I don't know. I just didn't like it. I
There was
like
a
the
lot
top.
going on.
Yeah.
There was
No,
honestly a
no,
lot going
no,
on.
no, no. No, no, no. I mean, Tiana didn't even try show up in anything risque. Homegirl basically had a tent around her because she was wearing a fucking tent. I mean, she didn't even try.
Exactly. It was weird. It was really weird. I don't know. It's Tanya. Yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
this is where things started to escalate because Laura did not show up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where shit went left because now the ladies are wondering why she didn't show up. Because I'm getting a sense that the ladies just don't. Well, we know that Mariam, Iabo, and well, I don't know if Chioma is a part of that or not, but we know Mariam and Iabo don't like Laura. Point blank. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And for
Mm-hmm.
me, when they started getting in the argument with Faith, it just felt like Faith was just getting the brunt of that anger. It shouldn't have been directed at her. It should have been directed at Laura, in my opinion. But
Yes.
to go through the fight, Miriam is basically wondering why Faith isn't calling Laura. Like she's like, why aren't you calling your friend? Is it because you don't have her number? And Miriam is claiming that Faith did say at Chioma's event that she didn't have Laura's number. And I guess for the woman, that's odd. Like if she's your friend, like you guys say that you are, why don't you have your friend's number? That's how it is.
Mm,
Then shit just
mm.
escalated from there. People are called raccoons. Someone is a chimpanzee. I don't know.
I mean,
Just
for
things
me,
went
I
left.
don't understand why Mariam was so like she
All
really was
burnt.
pressed about it. Why was she so pressed about it? And so what if she's
I
fake?
don't
She's
know.
fake as fuck. Like, why does it bother you that much? You know,
And that's the
for me, it's like
thing.
drama comes off, or like let me say housewife drama comes, it's juicier when it feels like there is something genuine that they're fighting about, not when it feels like,
Yes.
okay, but you're actually just annoying me and this is why I'm retaliating. Like now I understand why Faith is mad, and like why she was so, and why she keeps on arguing, because she's like, why are you on my case? Like, get off my dick. If I don't have a number, so what? I talk to on Instagram. Like, I have people that I talk to on Instagram message, and they'll answer instantly, but I don't have their numbers. Like, so, and what's
And
the big deal,
also,
you
he
know?
didn't give Faith also the opportunity to respond. Miriam just kept
That's
yapping
it.
away. She was just
That's it.
yapping away and just talking
Also, how
out
do
of
you
her
feel about
ass.
Iyabo's involvement? Because Iyabo also was someone who was also very pressed about it. And from the beginning, she was not feeling Faith's energy. Because I remember in like episode
Yes.
1, I think that like with that meeting with Priscilla, and I mean I don't know why she didn't want Priscilla to work on this. What's the problem? Like more money for her, like more just give her more bag. Also, why am I calling her Priscilla?
That's right. I gave you a side eye where I am right now. I was like, not you saying Priscilla. It's like, who that? Who is that? It's Priscilla. Okay?
Who's
That's what the
Priscilla?
subtitles are saying. Oh, girl. Oh, don't even. But I
She's seen
definitely,
that
I don't
woman be
get
like, why?
Iabo's.
Is it Priscilla or Priscilla?
Please send her a DM and ask because this is a real question. But I agree. I don't get Iabo's, I guess, involvement in that. And you're right. Like I just think she just doesn't like Faith. Point blank.
She
Period.
doesn't like Faith.
So Faith could
She
have
does
said
not like Faith.
anything. She could have said
Yeah.
anything. She could have even said hello. And Iabo would have been like, hey, hey. I don't know what Iabo was
Exactly.
on. Like homegirl
And also like the
lost her
irony in you
mind.
saying, please respect me, please respect me, please respect me. But then now you're saying hey to someone.
Yo,
Where's the
yo.
respect there?
They made Faith sound like the most disrespectful person on earth. Meanwhile, homegirl's just sitting there on her phone, and
She's
she
so
was, and
chilled.
Faith
Faith is
was,
looking
Faith
so
was like,
chilled.
and the Faith was honest. She's like, yes. Well, she was basically saying that she knows why Laura isn't there. We see in her confessional that she tells us Laura's not there because Laura's been waiting for her man. I guess maybe he's coming back from a trip or something. So she's spending time with her husband,
Do you
and she'll
think
be there
so?
tomorrow. Well, I
Do you
don't
think
know.
that's
I
the
mean,
reason?
I
Do you
don't
think that's the
know.
reason?
Probably not the reason, because even when we did a flashback and she left one of Iabo's events early, I just think that she's just not feeling Iabo. Probably that's the reason. But whatever it is, right? Homegirl's still not there, and Laura maybe knows
I
the
mean,
real. I mean, sorry,
here's a
Faith
question
might
for you,
know
my
the
friend.
answer or not.
Here's a question for you, because as you're talking about all of this, I'm like, do we really need Faith? I mean, not Faith. So do we really need what's her name? Laura. Can we
Laura,
let Laura go?
I
I
think
think we
we
can.
do. I think we
I
do.
think not even we can. We should. I think we should.
Get rid of her.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Why do you think she should be there? How? I feel like for
Look
her
at
to
all
always
the
like mention all the
controversy
events.
this one person is causing. They just don't like her. This one person. I don't even know what she's done to them. Well, besides call them fake or implying that they're fake or whatever. But like this one person, she's not even there, and they're fighting about her. She's not even there, and they're throwing hands.
Which is also such a soft brag. It's such a soft brag. It's like,
At least we know she
oh
shows
god,
up in episode 5, so we'll see her. Maybe she must turn up that episode, because we've seen even last season they had a whole intervention meeting situation about Laura. Like she
did she show
needs
up?
to stay.
Did she show up? I can't even remember that. Did she show
She
up?
did, because Iyabo then said to her, Laura, the reason why we're all here is because of you. And Laura was like, but why me? Like, I think Laura is just a happy-go-lucky person. I don't think, maybe she knows what she's doing. I don't know. I'm just going to assume that maybe she just doesn't know. She just goes with the flow. But I think whatever she does pisses off those women. It pisses them off, and they
Fully,
can't stand her.
fully.
They can't stand her. But when Iyabo got involved, I don't know what her problem was. But you're right. I just think she doesn't like Faith. I don't know what Iyabo was doing. But I guess Miriam, at the end of the day, we need to just acknowledge she's the one that started the shit. She's the one that started
She
the
really did.
argument. Because all she had to do
Press,
was keep
press,
her mouth
press, press,
shut.
press. Oof.
All she had to do was keep her mouth shut, because Chioma was calling Laura. Why do you want Faith to call Laura? Because Chioma's the one that invited Laura. So why must and that time Faith is a +1. Technically, she didn't get no invites. She got an invite from Laura.
Mm,
So she's a plus
mm.
one. So the person
Mm-hmm.
that invited Laura should call Laura. It wasn't Faith's responsibility to call her friend.
Mm. But okay,
Honestly.
question though. Do you think she has Faith's number? I mean Laura's
No, I
number.
don't think so. I don't think so. Point blank. Homegirl's telling us about roaming. She doesn't have a Nigerian number. It's an
Hotspots,
American
hotspots.
what.
Don't need hotspots
Hotspots.
to be someone's number, babes. You
I don't
you
know
can
why
just
she
show it
spoke
on your
about
phone.
hotspots. Just say you don't have homegirl's number, and you're not
Yes
gonna
or
just
not?
say you maybe you have her number, you just don't have it saved. So you don't know what number it is in your contacts, because it just comes
Mm.
up as a number. It's not even you didn't save the contact. Just tell us that.
Exactly.
Just tell us that. But the ladies then watch Iabo's movie, where I guess in the movie she's playing a stripper, and I guess that's where the theme of the night stemmed from. And then the one contribution that Tanya gave us was the game that they played. It's a game called Table 12, where you ask questions. And the only question
Mm-hmm.
that we were able to get through, because then the woman started fighting again, was Iyabo saying, Miriam, why did you decide to start a fight at my party? Which is a very good question. Why? Because you, at least you're acknowledging you started this shit.
And you know what's
Why
funny?
is there a fight?
Like at that point, the win something the game, I'm like, oh, boring. So I was running out of time as well. I'm like, fuck, okay, I have 10 minutes to 20 minutes left in this episode. I literally just jumped and I was like, okay, I'll wait until the games are over because that's when I know the spice is gonna come. I probably pressed the
Yeah.
thingy like 4 times. How already now I can see Toyin is like talking to Miriam about no. I'm like, oh, okay, it looks like it's not already. And let's skip match.
No, true. At least like Toyin, she and Tiana, she got involved in the conversation. But Miriam basically saying she doesn't hold back, she doesn't back down from anything or anyone. Meanwhile, just Faith is on her phone there typing, not saying a word. And I'm thinking like, what do they want from Faith? Like, what do they want her to do? Do they want her to turn up? Do they want her to lose her mind? But I guess what we did gather was that they feel like Faith doesn't feel the same way that Laura feels about her. So they describe that Laura talks about Faith in a very loving and affectionate kind of way, whereas they feel like Faith
Mm,
doesn't do the same thing. So I'm like, okay,
mm.
sure. But then
But
Tiana's like, maybe that's what, like, what if she's just like that? Like, what do you guys want her to do?
exactly, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And
But also, this is Housewives, so this is the kind of petty drama that you want to watch. Stupid as it
yeah,
is, it's hilarious because you're like, we're really fighting about this, but it's also like, let's keep fighting about this. Let's actually keep
because
going.
now we're getting names about being called raccoons and
See,
chimpanzees. Do you think do you
people
think Mary
name
looks like a raccoon?
raccoons.
Do you think she do you think she looks
You
like a
know what
raccoon?
finished me was Faith having a picture of the raccoon in the interview. She had a T-shirt.
But do you think she looks like a raccoon? Yes or no?
Honestly, I don't know where she got a raccoon from. Like, I don't think she does, but like, it just makes me laugh that that's how she sees her. I don't know. I
I
actually
mean,
don't know. Someone else is a
like, but I mean,
chimpanzee.
I get where she's coming
Oh,
from in terms of like the very like strong like jawline and like she has a very small face as well, and it is like a small triangle. But I was like, yo, raccoon is a stretch, but at the same time, I can see it. I can see it.
call that raccoon face, and then Miriam is the raccoon face says that the other one is a chimpanzee. So now it's a chimpanzee versus a raccoon. I was
For
just
me, the
like, this
best
is
was Toyin.
ridiculous.
Toyin's comments were the best for me.
Yes.
Mm,
But honestly,
like,
Miriam was doing too much, acting very American. Like, bitch, I'll fuck, basically implying, I'll fuck you up, girl, I'm not the one kind of energy. That's what she was giving. And it's like, girl, who are
I was
you
like, girl,
fighting?
she would carry you. She would carry you and throw you, like,
Who's
throw you
knowing
away.
you?
Please, this one
Girl
is
said she's
tall.
an Equera girl. Said I'm an Equera girl. I would need 10 of you or more for you to take me
To bring
down.
me
That's what they
down.
said.
I'm
That's
not
what
gonna lie.
they said.
I'd love to see her fight because now I want to see her fight. Now I'm like, okay, bitch. Like now I want to
Also,
see you throw hands.
I feel like she held her own. Like she was calm, cool, and
See
collected.
how the what the war was.
She
She
had
definitely did. Yeah, she
clapbacks.
did.
She had clapbacks for Miriam, just like Miriam had clapbacks for her. Like she held her own. Miriam was acting all rah rah.
Mm,
Meanwhile, homegirl was just Faith was just sitting there, cool, calm, and collected.
chill,
Didn't move an inch. Did not move an
chill.
inch. Then Yabo was getting hype as well. I don't know what was going on there. But I wrote here in my notes, they're taking their anger out on Faith because they dislike Laura. And I was like, Laura's the one that needs all this heat. Like, she better come in hot to number one, defend her friend. Next episode, she better defend her
Oh, so,
friend.
so,
That's
so
all I'm
she's coming in
saying.
episode 5. So she's only episode
Yes,
5.
she gets there, yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
was
busy. I'm
like, she
busy.
better come in hot and defend. She better come in Laura's defense because she's taking a lot of heat for her. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
heat.
That's it. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
What did you think about episodes 3 and 4? What is your rating?
All right, all right. I mean, as all my faves know, I give very strong ratings.
Yes.
So 3 and 4 were good. I feel like they picked up. 3 was a bit of a okay, loud, slightly because I gave 6.6.5. Hey, for 1 and 2 last time.
Yes.
So like yeah, like 4 3 I would say was like a bit of a lull, a bit. So like maybe like a 6.1, and then 4 picked it up. It picked it up
Yo,
nicely to the point where like I'm now looking forward to episode 5. So like as soon as I'm
you know
done
what I
with
mean?
my work here, like I'm done with this work, and then I'm done with my work, then I'm done with episode 5.
I'm inside. I love it. So what's your
Give
rating?
it. I would give it a 7.4. A 7.4. Strong. A
It's
strong
always the
7.4.
points. It's always the points for me because the numbers are so random. 7.3, 7.4. One time
Look,
you said 7.8.
0.4 and a 0.8. You know, you can get it.
Oh my god! But I agree
What's
with you.
your
Like episode
yeah?
3 was definitely a build up to maybe episode 4. At least
Yes.
like the Botox party was a little interesting, and Dr. Ramal and all his antics. Um, but episode 4 definitely made up for episode 3. Like they came in hot. I really enjoyed that petty argument, and I enjoyed watching Faith not necessarily come out of character, but we saw more of her, like more of her
Mm,
personality. So
yes.
Tanya
I
better
will
not
actually
be
say that.
saying
Shout out to that.
next episode.
In
Hmm?
episode 3 when she was talking about like how she got married at a young age, I really enjoyed seeing a real side of her. I'm like, okay, she's not just
Yes,
someone who's gonna play a villain all the time, which is what I said I wanted from her the last time. So like, shout out to Faith for that. So Chioma and Faith, like,
yes.
those are like my housewife MVPs if I could give them that.
Because honestly, Tanya, after watching that fight and how Faith was holding her own, we don't want to hear Tanya saying she doesn't know, she hasn't figured out Faith. Now you figured it out. We all know. We all know who she is. We all know who the fuck. We all know who the fuck she is. For
We
me
know.
personally, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I
Oh,
thought it was a good episode.
not you with the points.
Well, because now you started a trend. No,
And you just
I
made my
only
heart flutter. My heart fluttered
no
there. I was very happy.
No, I'm not gonna do like in between that. Like it's either a 6 or a 6.5, a 7 or a 7.5, an 8 or an 8.5. I'm not doing in betweens. I'm going up in point fives here.
Give the in betweens.
I was gonna give it an 8, but I'm like, I think we might get an 8 out of 10 episode. I think we are gonna get there.
Yeah, it's not. That's not an 88. It's not an
Yeah, it's
88.
not an
100.
8
percent
yet.
Also,
It's building up to
Mariam
that.
control. Oh, I don't know what she maybe mixing medication with liquor because she was way too drunk. Control yourself. The way she fell over at the end of the episode when she fell and she was on the floor for like a good 10 minutes. I'm like, it's because you're drunk. You can't get up. Is that why?
Exactly.
Is that why?
Facts.
Gosh, it
And
was
probably the
embarrassing.
liquor got her excited. The liquor definitely got her excited. But it was a good
I was a bit.
episode, a good 2 episodes.
Yes.
Episode 4 made up for everything. But let us know your
Mm-hmm.
rating, guys. Let us know how you felt about the episode. Comment below. Let us know what your thoughts on our podcast and our review. If you'd like us to go more in depth in the episodes, then we'd love to know that as well. Then maybe we can start incorporating that. But we try to keep it as on the surface as we can so we can get through both episodes as quickly as
Yes.
possible. Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
please also follow us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Reali-Tea, the letter T at the end. We're also
That much.
on Instagram. It's Reali-Tea, the letter T _SA. But we'll put that all on the description below in the on this episode. Also on YouTube, and we'll put it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you guys can then subscribe. We are currently reviewing The Real House of Beverly Hills on our Patreon. So if you do watch any of the international formats, join us so we can talk about a great franchise. And Beverly
Oh,
Hills always brings the heat. So let's talk about it. So please join our
that's funny. Like some
Patreon.
hate.
And you'll see that they're different tiers. We have $5, $10, and 15. And the higher the tiers, the more content that you'll get and more franchises that we'll review. So if you're on the top tier, $15 a month, we're gonna review Bachelor Nation, we're gonna review Bravo shows, and you get Survivor. So if you watch all 3 of those and sign up for the $15 a month, it's definitely worth it.
100%.
So thank you so much for listening, guys, and we will see you on the next episode of The Real House of Lagos.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.